Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy68 here today, giving you a relatively big update video. But first, as most of you can probably tell just from the title in the very beginning, it's about a tournament. And so for those who are purely interested in the tournament, I'm not going to waste your time. That's going to be the beginning of the video. If that's all you're interested in, that's all you need to hear, and then you can be out of here. But let us begin. So as you can tell, this is my Fear Tournament registration. So I've been talking with Joel to the Token Minorities, who is the leader of the Fear clan, and we're doing relatively well, but there's definitely room for improvement so we can get to the top ranks. So with that said, we're doing various ways of recruitment, and my way that I'm going to be doing is going to be this very tournament here. So anyone that sees this video, feel free to share. Subscribe if you'd like. I'd very much appreciate it. But I just want to see who has the potential or willingness to participate in the Fear Clan. Or you don't even need to. You can just do it for fun, and I'll be talking about that more in this registration. So let's talk about the basic rules of this tournament and why I'm having it. So besides improving Fear, there are certain ways that we want Fear to be stronger, and that's in certain tiers. Now, there's a variety of tiers in which the Fear clan will be facing other clans, but we're pretty comfortable with OU and Ubers, but we're not so comfortable in UU, RU, and NU. With that said, I want to implement a special idea for this tournament. So, the rule of the team structure will be you can consist of 2 UUs, 2 RUs, and 2 NUs. BL2 does include the UU tier, and BL does include the RU tier. So the thing is, I know there will be some teams that people will be like, well, something in the UU tier might not synergize well enough with my team, so I could bring something lower. Can I do that? Yes, you absolutely can, but you can't do it in reverse. So one very normal team that you could do from the structure could be like, hey, Trevenant, Umbreon, Camerupt, Cinccino, and Cryogonal, and Evire. But what you can't do is go in the reverse, where it's like, oh, to replace RU, instead of just having Umbreon and Trevenant, I would also have Vaporeon. No. So you can go lower in tiers to be the placeholder for a tier above it, if that makes sense. So, if I want Umbreon and Vaporeon because I like Stall, and I have Bronzong, but I feel like, hey, besides having just Bouffalant and Crustle, instead of another Pokemon in the RU tier, I can go to Cryogonal. So yeah, that's totally fine. Just don't do it in the reverse. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment or contact me on Skype for anything. Speaking of Skype and the like, let's talk about registering for this tournament and a couple more basic rules and whatnot. So it is going to be double elimination, as we see here. I know hacks can be the ender of all hopes and dreams. So with that said, I want to give you guys a second chance. And once we do get all the forms, I will be registering on Challenge, and it'll just be going from there. I'll send you guys the link, but I will also provide the link in the description for this tournament, or this tournament form, where I will receive the forms, and then from there I can make the brackets. So in this form, there's asterisks to where you have to fill out certain information. Some information you may not be able to provide if you don't have it, and some just may not be for the purpose of why you're here. Maybe you're just here to play just for fun, and that's totally fine. But for those who want to play for Fear, it would be very helpful for you to fill out everything. First off, your YouTube link address. As you can see, I provided my link. The reason is, if all else fails, that way I'll be able to message you through this, and then you'll have to know how to use messages on YouTube to be able to respond to me. So it would be more helpful if you had other ways of contact, meaning Skype especially, which is why I do ask for your Skype account here if you do have it. That way we'll be able to stay in contact. You'll also have to tell me the username you're going to use for Pokemon Showdown. I really don't want you to use any other username than what you provide here. Please do not provide more than one. That way I want to see consistency. Feel free to use alternative accounts, so that way people don't scout your teams, and that way it'll be more beneficial to you. but you have to use this same account. That way, when you meet up with your opponent for a battle, then you will know exactly what you're looking for. And plus, all this information is important for me to keep in contact, but it's also important for your opponent, where if all else fails, they can use your YouTube link address to send you a message, and they need to look for where you are in Pokemon Showdown, and if you guys both have Skype, that'll be an easy way to schedule battles. I also want to know what tiers you do well in, just cause. So that way you can tell me how comfortable you feel with this tournament, and if you're interested in Fear, this will be good to know what tier we want to place you in, especially between UU, RU, and NU. Yeah, so make sure you also let us know why you want to participate. If you were just doing it for fun, that's totally fine. But if you want to be in Fear, that's going to be very important for us to note, so that way we can see your playstyle, we can see your progress throughout this tournament, and we can see your potential for the clan. And then, mostly for clan members, but if you want to tell me nonetheless, feel free to. I want to know your experience as a competitive battler. So for me, for example, I think I've done it since like 2.5, 3 years since the end of Black and White. Feel free to say it like that. Say if you faced some like really cool YouTubers and like that you did well, or like other notable tournaments or groups that you've been in. So that's basically all for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to send me a message via Skype at Cheeseboy628. But yeah, comments would be very helpful. That way it could probably help others out. So that's all for the rules of the tournament. The link will be in the description for the form. And alright, I'll see you guys. So that's all for the tournament. Now, we're just going to talk about a couple of other updates going on. So, I'm uploading relatively consistently, consistently being a very gray term in this state, but I'm really trying to upload a lot. I've been busy, really. Like, there's not a day that goes by in the summer that I'm not doing something, which I like, but I mean, it just prevents YouTube life, you know? But I'm still trying to upload. But, so I have a couple of ideas in mind. And if you want to comment this as well, just let me know. Basically, I do have an LP I'm going to be talking about in just a second that I'm 100% doing. My Legend of Zelda LP kinda banished a while ago. I have all the content. We beat the game together. I just haven't gotten around to editing it, which I might not, but I kinda want to just to finish it up. If you have any interest in that, feel free to say that. But a couple of other ideas. One of them I still want to remain in secrecy because it's this really cool idea that I feel hasn't been successful too much on YouTube yet. So that's a series I hopefully want to get around to. But let's see, other than that, people have talked about music in the past that like they want to see me post stuff, and I just haven't gotten to it. But there's some things I might want to release. I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of song making. I have done raps on here for jokes in the past. Let me know if you guys like that kind of stuff. Other than that, I guess we might as well get to the LP. As you may be able to tell by this thumbnail, not yet by this title, as I'm actually uploading the 3rd episode now, unlisted, but very soon I'll be releasing this Let's Play of Paper Mario. If you don't see this video, then it's gonna be surprise, surprise very soon. It's just a really fun game from my childhood. I watched a speedrun of it recently, and I was like, hey, I want to do an LP again. And although my last one wasn't super successful, history doesn't always dictate the future. And like I said, I might go back to uploading that. I just need a little bit of interest potentially to motivate me. But yeah, so I hope you guys support that because that'd be really cool. It would hopefully be my first non-Pokemon related successful LP. And I would really appreciate that. There's a couple of LPs on this, but definitely not as of recent. And it would just be really fun. I'm having a lot of fun recording it. I think I'm at like 14 episodes as of now. And I just need to edit some more. So I really hope you guys come to support that because I would really appreciate that. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, of course, I'm open for it. This video turned out to be a lot shorter than I was expecting, which is great. And if you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.